In this video, I'm going to show you how to create stunning AI-generated images directly in Google Slides to bring your slides to life. If you're new here, I'm Aga. I'm an online business owner with more than 1.5 million followers across my social media. And on this channel, I share my top tips on content, AI, and productivity. So let's get this video started. First, I'm going to show you how to create images in Google Slides, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how to make sure that the images are actually good. So first, I'm going to open Google Slides, and then I'll go to Insert Image, and then select Generate an Image. And this little box in the top right corner pops up, which is where you're going to give Gemini instructions about your image. So I'm going to ask it to create an image of a happy dog running around on the beach. There's an option to create a square image, a wide one, or a tall one. So I'm going to select a wide one because that's what I need for my presentation. And then it asks you to add a style, which you can do, but you don't have to. You can experiment with that. But I'm just going to select photography because I want quite a realistic image. And then I just click the Create button. So it takes about 20 seconds for it to generate the image. So as you can see, Gemini has generated 4 suggested images here. So you can click on one of those images and you can preview it to see what it would look like in the presentation. If you're not happy with any of them, you can also click the View More button, which prompts Gemini to create 4 additional images based on your original prompt. But if you're not happy with that either, then you can always go in and adjust the prompt. So you can see that it's given me 4 additional suggestions, and I'm actually going to go with this one. So once you're ready, you just click the Insert button, which inserts the image right into your slides. Another thing that you might need to do sometimes is create an image with a transparent background. So let me show you how I would do that. I'm just going to go to Image, Generate Image as before, and I'm going to ask it for a cartoon image of a happy dog running around on a field. And let's click Create and see what it comes up with. Okay, so I'm just going to select this one, insert it, and then once you click on it, once it's in the slide, you can click Remove Background and the background is gone. So let me just change the color of the slide just so you can see what it actually looks like with the background removed. And that's it. And that's really useful if you're creating something that needs to be overlaid over something else, like a logo or some kind of graphic or an image that just needs to sit on top of something else. So now I'm going to give you some tips on how you can make sure that the images that you create are actually good. So the first tip is writing detailed prompts. So some of the things you can do to make sure that your prompts are detailed is to describe the subject, the style, the lighting, and the mood. For example, you can say a watercolor painting of a mountain lake at sunrise, soft pastel tones. And I've got a separate video that goes into the details of the 8 components of a perfect image prompt. So make sure you check that out as well. I've linked it in the video description. My second tip is to describe the different elements in your picture. For example, to describe each of the people in the picture separately or each of the objects that should appear in it. Otherwise, the risk is that the image will be very uniform. For example, all the people appearing in it might be young, look very similar to each other, wear the same kinds of clothes. Or if you create something like a picture of an ice cream van, for example, it might be placed in a setting that you didn't actually want there. So you would describe the ice cream van and the setting separately. So my next tip is about adding imperfection. If you specify some imperfections in the prompt, you ensure that the photo looks a little bit more realistic. So let's see what I mean. So first, I'm going to create a picture of a happy dog running around on the beach. So this is the picture. It's quite perfect. The ocean is clear, the beach is very clean, and the dog is actually really perfect looking. But let me just add a little imperfection in the prompt and create the same image again. So I'm just going to say, make the dog look a little bit scruffy and the ocean a little bit less clear. And let's see what happens. So that's the difference. The dog is a little bit more scruffy, it's a little bit dirty, and the ocean isn't as blue as in the previous picture. And my final tip is about ensuring that you use consistent style across your presentation. So make sure that the prompts that you're using to create images for the same presentation include some instructions about style and that you stay consistent with it each time you create an image. And that brings me on to my final point, which is about consistency. And this is something that people ask about a lot in the comments on my videos. So I just want to direct you to my other video, which is about Nano Banana. And that's Gemini's model for creating really great consistent images. So for example, if you need to create a storyboard for a video or a cartoon character that looks the same in a series of images, then Nano Banana is actually better at handling this than Google Slides. So just go to the video that I've linked in the description and I'll show you step by step how to do that. If this video helped you, make sure you leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!